I mean, I think Bo Hines has absolutely no leg to stand on. He's from the other side of the state. He moved here a few weeks before the primary. So I think, when I want to know if Bo Hines is lying or not, I just look to see if his lips are moving. That's really about it. So, I think what folks should know is that I've served this community for 2 terms in the state Senate. This is a district that includes my state Senate district. And, we live just outside the lines, but you don't have to run for Congress. And by the way, these lines will likely change before I'm sworn in January. So, it's a seat that I hope we continue to have fair maps. I know right now though this is a fair map, and that's the exciting thing about running in a race like this. I mean, housing is such a multi-pronged, thing. You're talking about local, state, federal. So there's a lot you got to do right. And number one is just kind of coordinating people. That's something I can do as a congressman in a regional way, which I think is really important. In terms of the federal response, we've got to, look at doing more for low-income housing tax credits. I think we need to be talking about a middle-income housing tax credit, especially in this area. Helping people who are struggling to pay, the rent and to pay for housing. We also have a ton of these out-of-state corporations coming in and gobbling up homes. We need to disincentivize that and make it easier for individual home buyers to buy their first home. And then just sort of on, the sort of local state level, what we see here in the Triangle is we don't have enough beginning of life and end of life homes. So we don't have a lot of small starter homes, and we don't have enough of, retirement communities, end of life, homes. So because we don't have enough of those, it's pushing prices up in the middle. So that's, there's a lot of, levels where you got to get that right. But, getting more starter homes, getting more retirement homes, retirement communities, that's going to help bring down costs too. Yeah, everybody gets into politics for different reasons. For me, my father died of cancer when I was 18. And when that happens, you see how, important it is for everyone to have access to affordable health care. And we still don't have access to health care for everybody. It's one of the reasons I ran for the state Senate, to get Medicaid expansion through. And I'm very proud that we passed Medicaid expansion to get 600,000 people health coverage through the Senate. The House still has to do it, but that's what this is all about, helping people. And the best thing I can do is make sure we continue to close the coverage gap.
I promise I'll get to it, but I got to press on, I know you'd welcome a conversation with him. Would you welcome him standing on a stage with you together campaigning?
Well, I can tell you what I have heard is that that's not going to happen. They're not coming here. So
is that because you don't want him to?
There's no chance. That's not something that they talk to me about. I'm just running for Congress. So that's probably a Senate or some other group kind of thing.
I will say you said with Obama you don't think he'll come out, but you'd still welcome him. Why can't you say the same about Biden?
I would welcome anyone who wants to come out to help campaign and win the seat. But I can just tell you, I worked for 2 White Houses. It takes weeks to plan a presidential visit. We're voting next week, so I think it's very unlikely that would happen.
Okay.
I wish on a lot of levels we had Kelly Daughtry, DeVan Barber, some of these other folks, because I know those are pro-democracy Republicans. I would have loved to have a more civil campaign, but this is not that race. This is someone who is just frankly a clear and present danger to the United States of America. And he's said over and over, he's going to do anything that Donald Trump tells him to do. You've seen that in every interview. He defends Trump on the craziest stuff, and that means he's someone who's going to go to Washington to overturn the next election and stand with the rioters who attacked our Capitol on January 6th. That's someone who needs to be, called out for what he is.